yeah.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Mr. Shucks flipped ELA.
The rock says, the rock says,
Featuring Lil Riz. PSSA Hype, y'all.
I'm here live with Mr. Shuck, the most electrifying teacher, and I got some questions that everybody wants to know. Here he is, the most electrifying teacher with the Teachers Championship.
What's up, little Riz?
What's up? So I got some questions for you that we all want to know.
What can the Shuck do for you?
First of all, before we start, anything you want to tell them?
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, the Shuck would like to say I hope you're all ready for the PSSA test.
Okay then. Our first question is, how did we do last year on the PSSA test?
Well, little Riz, it's a very good question. Last year's data for the 2016 and 17 PSSA test, Schuylkill Haven Area School District scored 55% proficient or advanced. Pretty darn good, wouldn't you say, little Riz?
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not good enough. Blue Mountain scored 62% proficient or advanced. The Shuck would like Schuylkill Haven Area School District to finally beat Blue Mountain on the PSSAs this year.
Yeah.
Last year's 7th graders on the PSSA test scored 69% proficient or advanced with nobody, 0% below basic. They showed growth of 11% from the 6th grade through 7th grade. What about your class, little Riz? As 6th graders last year, what do you think? 64% proficient or advanced.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome. Only 4% below basic. Our goal for this year's PSSA test is to raise that 64% proficient or advanced by 10% to hit 74%.
Do you think that's possible now for us to hit?
Absolutely, the Shuck thinks it's possible. 74% should be a piece of cake.
Yeah. All right. Next question. I heard they made some changes this year. What will the test look like?
Well, little Riz, that's a very good question. The PSSA did make some changes this year. So we got rid of 1 day of ELA testing, and our test is going to be set up in this way. We will have the conventions of standard English multiple choice. This will be done on days 1 and 3 of testing. These questions are your grammar questions, like your paragraph revisions and bell ringers that we do at the beginning of class. We will see reading passages with multiple choice questions on all 3 days of testing. We will have multiple choice questions that are based on a reading passage. We will have reading passage evidence-based selected response questions. These are 2-part multiple choice questions that are based on a reading passage. And finally, little Riz, we will have a text-dependent analysis essay prompt. The TDA essay prompt will be on days 2 and 3 of your ELA testing.
We've been working on that all year, so it should be pretty good.
You're darn right, we've been working on it all year, little Riz.
All right. How are we going to reach our goal of 74% proficient or advanced?
The Shuck's going to tell you how you're going to reach your goal of 74% proficient or advanced by going through some strategies to answer multiple choice questions. First thing we need to realize is that there is only one correct answer. Just like there is only one most electrifying teacher in all of education. Make sure that you read all of the answer choices before you make your selection. If you get stuck, use the process of elimination. Narrow down your choices, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, do not leave the question blank. As far as the reading passages are concerned, Skim the questions first. If you look at the questions before you read the passage, you know what to look for in the passage. What did you say, little Riz?
I'd say look for all details and everything.
Awesome. Make sure you use your highlighter. We give it to you for a reason. Identify those key details that little Riz was just talking about. Your facts, your numbers, your percentages, your dates. Just like we do with word generation when we identify 3 key details per passage, do the same thing for the PSSA test. Talk to the text. You can write in your booklet, little Riz, take notes, circle things, underline things, write down your questions, anything that you need to make the passage easier to understand. And finally, follow your multiple choice question strategies that we just discussed in the previous slide. Don't forget to go back into the passage whenever you need help.
How important are the TDA essay questions?
How important are the TDA essay questions? There are only 2 TDA essay prompts on the whole test. Days 2 and 3, you will get a TDA essay question. There are no other written sections. The PSSA eliminated the writing section, so this is the only way for the state to judge how well you write. The TDA essay response will be worth 19% of your overall PSSA score. Can you believe that, little Riz? 19%? Outrageous. What does that mean, little Riz?
You better do darn well good on that TDA.
And if you don't, the best you can do is an 81%. An 81% is a C. You will not score proficient or advanced with an 81%. So the TDA questions are very important, little Riz. And how do we go about answering these questions? What do you think we need to realize or remember about these TDA essay questions?
I think we need to remember you teaching us it.
As far as the TDA essay response is concerned, remember, guys and girls, there is no time limit. You take as much time as you need to respond to this question. Remember to pre-write. Again, there's no time limit. You can pre-write, do your bubble web, do your list, do your outline. Do a rough draft. Remember to strive for 5. We are going for 5 paragraphs. Remember, guys and girls, this is a TDA essay response. They want to see that we can write an essay. Avoid your first and second person pronouns in your academic writing. Remember that we need an intro, a body, and a conclusion. And finally, remember your TDA formula. Revise and write in a final copy in your answer booklet. As far as the introduction paragraph is concerned, little Riz, wouldn't you say that some people struggle with an introduction paragraph?
Yeah.
So here's what we need to do for an introduction paragraph. We need to mention the title and the author of the text that we are discussing. In Donald Justice's poem, Incident in a Rose Garden, the gardener quits his job. In a complete sentence, I've mentioned the author and the title of the poem. We need to restate the prompt. When we restate the prompt, we are creating a thesis statement, or in other words, what we are trying to prove. And finally, we want to mention the 3 main ideas that we have to support our thesis statement. After we have that, we've got a great introduction paragraph, and then we need to add body paragraphs. Every body paragraph should start with a topic sentence. Little Riz, what's a topic sentence do?
It supports your main idea.
Supports our main idea. It tells us what a paragraph is going to be about. The gardener is scared when he encounters death. This lets us know that the entire paragraph will be about the gardener encountering death. After you have your topic sentence, focus on your TDA formula. An idea plus a quote plus an explanation. When the old man sees death, he gets scared. An old man out of breath, fear had given him legs. The gardener ran to find his master. We've got an idea, we've got a quote that supports our idea, and we've got an explanation of our quote. If you have any other supporting details, now is the time. Anything else that backs up your topic sentence. And finally, we want to transition, something that will summarize our main idea and move us into our next paragraph. Not only does the gardener get scared, he also quits his job. Finally, we need a conclusion paragraph. In the conclusion paragraph, we are summarizing our 3 main points. So make sure you mention those 3 main ideas from each of your 3 body paragraphs. Nothing new gets added to your conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. No quotes, no new ideas. Finally, restate, don't repeat. So a TDA quick review. Intro, body times 3, and conclusion. Idea plus quote plus explanation. Strive for 5.
Now, how should we handle the TDA questions?
Well, we just covered that, little Riz. We need an intro, we need a body, we need a conclusion. Remember that we need how many body paragraphs? 3 body paragraphs. Remember an idea and a quote and an explanation in each body paragraph. And remember to strive for 5.
You sound pretty confident in it, everyone.
The Shuck is very confident. The Shuck knows that the Shuck did his job this year, and the Shuck knows that all of you out there in TV land are going to do your job on the PSSA test.
What will you do if we hit our goal?
Hit the goal, shave my skull. If you hit the goal of 74% proficient or advanced, I will allow the students with the 3 highest scores on the ELA portion of the test to shave the Shuck's head. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Shuck will walk from the middle school to the high school and walk into the People's Gymnasium during the homecoming pepper rally. The Shuck will sit down in the middle of the gymnasium, and he will allow the 3 highest scorers to come down and shave the people's head. That's what the Shuck thinks.
There you have it. So that's what we need to do, everyone.
If you smell
What the Shuck
is flipping.